Hey there, Parker Reed here, and welcome to PR Media, your home for everything movies and music through my eyes. And today we have a review of the brand new 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Django. Django follows a Union soldier turned drifter and his companion, a mixed-race prostitute, who becomes embroiled in a bitter, destructive feud between a gang of Confederate redshirts and a band of Mexican revolutionaries. Intended to capitalize on and rival the success of Sergio Leone's A Fistful of Dollars, Corbucci's film is, like Leone's, considered to be a loose, unofficial adaptation of Akira Kurosawa's Yojimbo. Going into this review, I've never seen Django before. I've known the legend of the movie just from Django Unchained and the cameo in that movie, but I've never sat down and watched Django before. And I've never been the biggest fan of spaghetti westerns. Sure, I've enjoyed them, but when I sat down and watched Django last night, I had a great time with it. This is a spaghetti western in the truest sense. There's a lot of gratuitous violence, there's a woman to save, and there's just a lot of badassery going on, a lot of really cool gunplay. So I had fun with Django. It's brisk, gets in and out in about an hour and a half, and I would recommend you watch the movie, but should you check it out on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray? Let's find out. So if you decide to pick up Django on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, there is only this Arrow video box set to choose from. On the cover, we have some cool artwork of Django. And on the back, we have some information about the movie, its technical specs, as well as what special features are offered. And then when you take off that box set cover, you are left with the standard Blu-ray here. Then we have a booklet as well as a poster. And this does feature some reversible artwork. I put the reverse of it on just for the variety's sake. The normal slipcover looks just like the box set. And on the cover here features a really cool artwork, and on the back we have some information about the movie, technical specs, as well as what special features are offered. Open it up and here's what that 4K disc looks like, as well as the Blu-ray disc for Texas Adios. Also included on this package here are a bunch of different postcards from scenes in the film, another cool addition to this box set, just kind of a keepsake if you're really into the movie. Then we have this booklet here featuring some interviews and some information about the movie, as well as just some stories. And I'm not going to flip through this entire thing and show you page by page, but there are just a lot of really good shots and some great stills from the film. Just another added bonus here. And finally, we have a two-sided poster, and I'll just give you a quick shot of both sides. For visuals on Django, we have native 4K, and this is full screen, so you will not have any black bars at the top and the bottom, but you will have very small ones on the left and the right. And at first I was a little bit concerned about the visuals on Django because there was a lot of grain, and I mean a lot of grain. When that opening sequence started, I thought, oh gosh, this is going to be really rough. Maybe they didn't have a great time remastering this or redoing it. But after the first 5 minutes or so, this really cleaned up and this looked really good. Obviously, coming out in 1966, there's going to be some grain and there's going to be some soft shots in there. But I think they did as about as good of a job with this as you possibly could have. Does it look better than The Good and Bad and the Ugly? I think it looks okay. I think they're pretty comparable, especially since The Good and Bad and the Ugly did not have HDR and this does. So I was enjoying the visuals here. It just didn't blow me away by any means, but there was a good amount of detail when you compare it to the Blu-ray. And for audio on here, we have an uncompressed mono 1.0 PCM audio track, and this was the weak part of this all. I would have appreciated a newer, better audio track from this because it did sound very much of its time. Sure, that added to the feel of the movie, but it just didn't sound that phenomenal, especially when you compare it to the great visuals. There was an obvious discrepancy between the visuals and the audio. Sure, you never had a hard time hearing what anyone said, but it just was pretty underwhelming. So would I recommend Django on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray? I'm going to have to say wait for a sale on this, even though I don't think that's probably going to happen anytime soon because this is a limited edition set here. I enjoyed this movie, but is it worth like $35-40? I don't think to the average consumer it's going to be worth it for them, but if you're into these kind of movies and if you really enjoyed The Good and Bad and the Ugly, I would recommend you pick up this set. I just don't think you need to run out and see it, and especially do not pay full dollar for it, even though there are some cool bonus items included with it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw here, you can check us out on Facebook or Instagram, and like, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. My name is Parker Reed. You've been watching PR Media. Keep supporting physical media, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Franco Nero. And a great supporting cast.
Sun will be shining.